Shifting focus to the other big story that we're tracking, the Supreme Court will finally hear the Mukul Mudgal Committee's report on fixing and betting charges in the 6th edition of the Indian Premier League, which the panel had submitted to the Apex Court on the 3rd of November. The report, which was submitted in a sealed envelope, will decide the fate of BCCI chief in exile N. Srinivasan, Chennai Super Kings owner Gurunath Meiyappan and the accused players. Take a look at what we can expect today.
I'm shocked, disappointed and distressed by the events that have resulted in the arrest.
It's very unfortunate what has happened.
It's been extremely distressing for all of us at the Royals.
This is the dark side of Indian cricket. Players and administrators alike, letting down 1 billion fans in a cricket-crazy nation. And now it all comes down to this man and his report. Justice Mukul Mudgal submitted his final report on the IPL betting and spot fixing scandal to the Apex Court. The fate of these men is locked in the pages of that report. Gurunath Meiyappan, N. Srinivasan and Team India captain MS Dhoni all caught in the mire. The IPL fixing and betting scandal broke out in May 2013 with the arrest of Rajasthan Royals players S. Srishant, Ajit Chandila and Ankit Chavan. BCCI President N. Srinivasan's son-in-law Gurunath Meiyappan was also arrested by the Mumbai police in connection. Bollywood actor Vindoo Dara Singh was put behind bars too, while Rajasthan Royals co-owner Raj Kundra's role was also under the scanner. Retired Justice Mukul Mudgal was entrusted by the Apex Court to clean Indian cricket, even as police investigations revealed damning phone conversations between Meiyappan and several bookies. But now the saga has reached a crescendo, and for billions of fans, hopefully its logical end. Mudgal report could potentially rock Indian cricket and have far-reaching consequences for the IPL and the BCCI. President in exile N. Srinivasan is waiting to hear his fate. Whether he can fight the next BCCI election depends on the findings of this report on his role. 12 other accused are in the dock too, 6 to 7 of them allegedly top India cricketers. Gurunath Meiyappan's role in alleged betting could have direct ramifications for Srinivasan's India Cements and IPL team Chennai Super Kings. CSK captain MS Dhoni could also come under scanner for his deposition, saying that Gurunath Meiyappan had no role in team.
We have done our task, and it's for the Honorable Supreme Court now to decide on the next date of hearing. I was under no kind of pressure from anyone. We have done our job to the best of our ability.
BCCI's annual general meeting was deferred to November 20th in anticipation for this report. According to both constitution, it should have been held by September 30th, a clear indication that the BCCI is waiting for Srinivasan to get a clean chit from court and take charge again. Supreme Court will now hear the case on November 10th. The Pandora's box, which was opened in May 2013, will finally reveal its dirty secrets. Or so we hope. Will this report successfully clean our cricket? That's the big question. Sports Bureau headlines today.
Well, will this report really be able to clean up cricket? That really is the big question. The IPL fixing and betting scandal, remember, broke out in May 2013 with the arrest of Rajasthan Royals players S. Srishant, Ajit Chandila and Ankit Chavan. BCCI President N. Srinivasan's son-in-law Gurunath Meiyappan was also arrested by the Mumbai police in connection with the scandal, as was Bollywood actor Vindoo Dara Singh, who was also put behind bars on allegations of betting. Also, the role of Rajasthan Royals co-owner Raj Kundra is under the scanner. Joining me at this point in time live from the Supreme Court is my colleague Shivani Gupta. Shivani, my first question to you, as cricket in fact reaches the corridors of the Supreme Court once again, is today likely to be Judgment Day?
No, this is just the first hearing in this case after the final report was submitted by the Mukul Mudgal panel, Rishika. So yes, the hearing begins today, but it is unlikely that the so-called judgment is going to come out today. Of course, everyone is waiting to hear what cognizance the Supreme Court takes of what is mentioned in Mukul Mudgal's report. But what we're expecting today is the petitioners in this case, Aditya Verma and his battery of lawyers, to ask for a copy of the Mukul Mudgal report so that they can prepare their defense, their response response to this report.
Right.
And of course, the BCCI lawyers will want to do the same. What we are also expecting is Aditya Verma, the petitioner in this case, to ask for those 12 names remaining in the sealed envelope to be made public because he feels that this is a PIL case, and you know, for the public must know what is in those, what are the names in those envelopes. Of course, there were 13 names originally. One name was that of N. Srinivasan, and that came out earlier, and after that he was made to sit out of his and not discharge his duties as BCCI president.
Right.
But everyone is waiting to hear just what conclusive evidence this report has found against many names that have been doing the rounds. You know, there's been a whole rumor mill churning about this.
Absolutely.
But finally some clarity is desired on this matter.
Well, absolutely, Shivani. As you've been pointing out, there are 13 crucial names in that report, and of course, N. Srinivasan name was out in the month of May itself, but there are still those 12 names, the revelation of which would, of course, have far-reaching consequences. Shivani, I'd just like to, you know, shift focus specifically to the role of N. Srinivasan. He's been asked to sit out by the BCCI, even though he continues to head the ICC. But having said that, you know, there have been interesting developments within the BCCI with the anti-Srinivasan lobby, of course, you know, sort of trying to leverage as much advantage as they can from the situation. That AGM that is scheduled to take place now, we're given to understand on the 20th of November, would be interestingly attended by Sharad Pawar himself.
Oh, absolutely. What this report has done and what the anticipation of the conclusion of this report has done is actually sent the BCCI's internal politics into a tizzy.
Right.
Now, rumors suggest that Sharad Pawar is very, very keen to come back into the BCCI fold and perhaps even fight against N. Srinivasan if he is indeed allowed to go ahead and contest the next BCCI elections. Everything hinges on the few hearings that we can have on this report before November 20th. What is likely to come out? You know, whose names will come out? What is the cognizance that the court will take as far as N. Srinivasan is concerned? Will they allow him to go ahead and fight elections? Those are the big questions. His fate as the president of the BCCI and his candidature for the next term hangs in balance.
Absolutely.
What we are hearing from as far as internal BCCI politics is concerned, that once the contents of this report come out, the opposition to N. Srinivasan could in fact be emboldened, because one thing that almost everyone is sure of is that N. Srinivasan's son-in-law, Gurunath Meiyappan, has been found guilty of betting.
Absolutely.
Now he, if it is proved that was also team principal, then N. Srinivasan clearly has a conflict of interest.
You know, Shivani, there are 6 to 7 top cricketers were given to understand, you know, whose names have been submitted to the Supreme Court in of course, that sealed envelope. So like we've been saying, you know, all of this is in the realm of speculation, but 6 to 7 top cricketers. There is the role of Raj Kundra, there is, you know, Gurunath Meiyappan, Vindoo, Dara Singh. But apart from that, I'd just like to shift focus to the fact that there are key players, you know, of the Indian cricket team whose role is under the scanner. What does this do to the impression of India's most loved game?
Well, definitely, what it shows is that there's a lot going on behind the scenes, Rishika, that the fans are not aware of. Of course, that lid was blown in 2000 when the match-fixing scandal first broke out in Indian cricket.
Right.
Since then, there have been murmurs, you know, there has been speculation about how the IPL per se, the IPL specifically, has become a hub of illegal activities, of betting, and which in turn leads to spot fixing and fixing in general. Of course, 3 cricketers were banned for spot fixing, so it has happened. That definitely hasn't helped cricket's image. But what we are hoping with this report is that whatever is in the realm of speculation becomes conclusive and is known to the public, and something can be done about it. The BCCI for the first time has found itself in a corner when the Supreme Court itself took upon the charge to head this investigation and to monitor this investigation. And the BCCI will be under pressure to kind of take this to its logical end. You mentioned those 6-7 Indian players, Rishika. Of course, that is speculation. Nobody can conclusively say that this is what is there in the sealed envelope, and so far we don't even know if the court will reveal the names that are in those sealed envelopes. But 2 things that are almost confirmed is the fact that Gurunath Meiyappan's role in betting has been confirmed. So what that means for Chennai Super Kings is the big question. What is the view that the Supreme Court will
Shivani,
take?
what that means for the Chennai Super Kings is of course a big question, but what does that mean for Mahendra Singh Dhoni? Because his role could also come you know, under the scanner in this case for that testimony that he has in fact given in the court, saying Gurunath Meiyappan had no role to play in the team. So clearly a Pandora's box that is in fact just waiting to be opened as as the Supreme Court takes cognizance of Justice Mukul Mudgal committee report that, remember, was submitted to the Apex Court on the 3rd, and as the Supreme Court takes cognizance of that report, Shivani Gupta, of course, is going to continue to track developments on that story. We're also going to have our colleagues in Mumbai tracking the BCCI and all those people whose role is under the scanner. Continues to remain a top focus for us here on Headlines Today. Thanks, Shivani, for joining us with that update.